to my video, to my radio. Yo, I had to get some more storage. That's why my phone was not responding. And then it kept saying not enough. Now I got 2 terabytes, but it still was acting crazy. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about if you're broke, you should get on YouTube right now. And that's what I'm doing, right? So anyway, I want to say this. I'm up here too because of the encouragement of some other YouTubers. You know, like they keep saying, the very thing that we are embarrassed to talk about is the very thing we should be talking about. Like, I mean, now when I look up and I see like how many people capitalized off of, and I'm not saying this with any hatred, I'm saying it with awe, right? Because a lot of people have capitalized off of their desperate or destitute situations. They're telling you how to they was living in the projects, and I'm talking about now they up out of it, you know what I'm saying, because people were drawn to that. Like, I think some people was going in like sleeping in vans at one point because van life was like, you know, especially during the pandemic, it was like really it was really like you know, that was the thing. So anyway, now fast forward, me and my mom were living in a rooming house situation like for 4 years. And this was from 2016 to like 2021. And then we had gone from having our own separate rooms in a rooming house to living to sleeping in the same bed. Me and my mom slept in the same bed for 4 years, right? At my lowest. And then we had gotten out of the rooming house in like 2021, and which we decided to do, right? We just didn't have the means to do it. And we got out of there, and then we was like kind of, you know, had to get out of there too because we was around some idiots that we was living with, this crazy woman and this whatever. So anyway, we had to go to a shelter at the end of 2021, and we were there for like 6 months. But I say this in retrospect because it had I been not ashamed really like of what I was going through, instead of just trying to connect with people, I probably could have been up out of my situation like that. But because I was so, you know, ashamed of it, you know, and I was cause at the time I was going through it, you know, I wasn't documenting anything. I just didn't want anybody to know my business. And I forget the young lady's name. She has the similar video title, and that's why I'm using it, because that's what it said. You know, if you're broke, you should get on YouTube right now, because I was ashamed of my story. I was ashamed to say I didn't have any money. I didn't have this. I didn't have that. You know, I had been without a car for 10 years. You know, I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying what it is. And had I not been ashamed, had I just said and documented what I was going through, I probably could have been up out of my situation even quicker because I was ashamed of it. And plus, it's a lot of people in my family, I didn't want them in my business. And as the young lady said, I can't get her name right now, excuse me, because I want to add her. I'll add her when I get finished with this video. But because it's the truth. Had I just been honest with myself, and like she said, if you're afraid of your family knowing your business and your coworkers, block them. And she's not even lying. If you are ashamed of your story, don't be. Don't be. Because I've seen people capitalize off their story. And I'm pretty sure you've seen it too. I'm pretty sure you've seen it too. If I had not been ashamed and just got up here and just said what it was, and I'm watching people do, like going to Dollar General. I didn't know I could have capitalized off of that. Shoot, I love me some DG. I stayed in Dollar Tree. I've been knowing, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't have the savvy and the, you know, I just didn't have the, I just didn't know how, I didn't think anybody would be interested, you know? So who gives a damn about you going to Dollar Tree and shopping at Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree is lit. Dollar General is lit. And I'm watching people capitalize off of that. And I'm like, damn, all of the stuff that I was just like ashamed of, not ashamed of Dollar General or nothing like that, because I ain't ashamed of Dollar General, but just ashamed of telling my story. Had I gotten over myself, had I gotten over, so what if people in your family know what's going on? They the same ones that didn't help. They the same ones that didn't help. It's somebody right now that know they owe me $5,550. This heifer came home from jail to her money. How many people you know is gonna hold your money for you and give it back to you when you come home? And guess what? I called that person when me and my mom was. This is our mother, right? This is our mother. I called this person when we was me and my mom. Me and this person's mom was at the hotel, and this person told me, I don't owe you nothing and you don't owe me nothing, and never call this number again. And guess what? I'll never call a black ass again. Never. But you know who you are, and you know damn well that your rotten ass owes me what you owe me. And I'm not going to grovel for it because you know what you are. Anyway, so yeah, and it's family. It's family. It's always family, right? So I was salty about that for a minute. Just how fake people are, and that same person I'm talking about be the first one talking about how family will f you over. And I'm like, you the family that you talking about? How many people you know that's gonna give you your money when you come home from being sitting there and had their kids? Had their kids, this person, as soon as you need them, they know where to be found. And what's more is that they know that they can't get back in my face. They know I'm a different animal this time. You know what I'm saying? They know that it's different, right? They know they can't, it's no sob story you can give. You have been that way my whole life, and I see you for who you are. And all these dang old people out here, what y'all up here doing? Anyway, so yeah, anyway, back to my story. Had I gotten over that, because I ain't want none of them in my business. I already knew, and I could feel in my soul that the person that I'm talking about, I'm not going to give them no name. Now, Shine, you know who you are. That you know that when you need it, I was there for you. And you know that. And I don't have to sit up and I don't have to convince you over it. I don't have to. You already been convicted. That's why you run. That's why you went wherever you went. And you gonna stay there because ain't nobody looking for you. I promise you, I ain't looking for you. I have not tried to find out where you live. I don't care what you have. I don't have nothing. If you get my money and you give it to me, you damn right I'm gonna take it. And guess what? You still won't have a relationship with me. But anyway, yeah, because I don't trust them. I've seen enough from them that I don't even trust them. But anyway, had I been not ashamed, right? Had I not been ashamed of my story to tell it, I would have probably been up out of monetarily been up out of my story. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be here now. Like I said, I'm not broken. I'm not broken or anything like that. It's just that if it's encouragement to anybody else, and I want to throw this caveat in there. When before me and my mom was at the shelter, we were in a rooming house, and me and my mom was in a rooming house. We was in a rooming house situation. If you don't know what a rooming house is, that is just that. You rent a room inside of a house. It's a regular house, but they broken the room down into different, it's broken down. So you don't have the whole house to yourself. You just have a room that you're designated to, and that's where you are. And at my lowest, me and my mom slept in the same bed together. And I want to throw this caveat in there too. Me and mom, I didn't even talk to my mom for like 4 or 5 years before my youngest brother died. And then me and my mom got together, and we live together now, and have not had one argument. Not one argument. That's how I know that whatever you want, whatever you are that pains you, you can get over. See, I'm not a person that can hold grudge, but see, that particular person I'm talking about, I already know they arrogant. They said it out their own mouth, and they not going to own what they do. So it's no need to even talk to them. Me and my mom could fix our relationship because she's sensible like me. She's diplomatic like me. I can get over things, right? But you can't get over things when people are phony and they're fake. And that's how this person is. They fake. They sit in your face. You know, she's a fake person. She's just fake. So anyway, so now I'm here, and we left the last rooming house that we was in, and I kept trying to stack up money when I had a job at the time. I didn't even had a job in a while, but I was trying to stay in this house with this difficult, and then this crazy woman that we was living with her boyfriend. And it just made it difficult. I couldn't stack my money. And it was like God was saying, sometimes you got to do stuff on the fly. You got to get out of there, right? Because this bee was trying to have me put hands on her so that I could go to jail, because she's a little criminal. She's a little criminal. She has, you know what I'm saying? Her record is messed up. The B had 9 backed up when I was, when we was in the house. She told me this. She told me she had 9 backed up. So I'm like, okay, you got 9 backed up. You have assault up and down your record. You're trying to pull me into something. But anyway, so had I been savvy enough and not ashamed of my story, I could have probably been up out of poverty then. You know what I'm saying? But because I was ashamed of it, and then ashamed to tell it, we 10 minutes in, y'all, and then ashamed to tell it because I didn't want certain family members all up in my business. My former co-workers and stuff like that, but it was mainly my family, because here's the tea. I don't know nothing